Mental health refers to the overall well-being and functioning of an individual's mind and emotions. It encompasses a range of factors, including how individuals feel about themselves, their ability to cope with stress, their relationships with others, and their ability to lead a fulfilling and productive life. Mental health can be influenced by a variety of factors, including genetics, life experiences, social support, and environmental factors. Good mental health involves the ability to navigate the ups and downs of life with resilience and adaptability and to maintain a positive sense of self-worth and self-esteem. Poor mental health, on the other hand, can lead to a range of negative outcomes, including depression, anxiety, substance abuse, and other mental health disorders. It's important to prioritize mental health and seek support when needed. This can include talking to a mental health professional, practicing self-care, engaging in healthy coping mechanisms, and building strong social support networks. Mental health is a critical aspect of overall health and well-being. Just as physical health requires regular maintenance and care, mental health also requires attention and care. Neglecting mental health can lead to serious consequences, including impaired relationships, decreased productivity, and even physical health problems. Mental health can be affected by a range of factors, including stress, trauma, genetics, social and cultural factors, and access to resources and support. Mental health disorders such as depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, and schizophrenia can also impact mental health and well-being. It's important to recognize the signs and symptoms of mental health disorders and seek treatment when needed. Fortunately, there are many effective treatments and interventions available for mental health disorders. These can include therapy, medication, lifestyle changes, and support groups. In addition, practicing healthy habits such as regular exercise, healthy eating, and adequate sleep can also promote good mental health. It's important to remember that seeking support for mental health concerns is a sign of strength, not weakness. Talking openly about mental health and reducing stigma surrounding mental health disorders can help create a more supportive and compassionate society for those who may be struggling. In recent years, there has been a growing recognition of the importance of mental health in the workplace. Employers are increasingly recognizing the need to create supportive and inclusive work environments that promote good mental health and well-being. This can include providing resources and support for employees, such as access to mental health services and stress management programs. In addition, there is also a growing movement towards promoting mental health in schools and universities. This includes promoting mental health education, providing access to mental health services, and creating supportive and inclusive environments for students. Overall, good mental health is essential for leading a fulfilling and productive life. It's important to prioritize mental health and seek support when needed. By promoting mental health awareness and reducing stigma surrounding mental health, we can create a more supportive and compassionate society for those who may be struggling. Furthermore, it's important to recognize that mental health is a human right, and access to mental health care should be available to everyone. Unfortunately, there are still many barriers that prevent people from accessing mental health care, such as stigma, lack of resources, and financial constraints. To address these issues, there have been efforts to improve access to mental health care, particularly in low-income and marginalized communities. This includes initiatives such as community-based mental health services, teletherapy, and peer support programs. It's also important to recognize that mental health is interconnected with other aspects of health, such as physical health, social well-being, and spiritual well-being. Therefore, a holistic approach to health is needed that takes into account all of these factors. In conclusion, mental health is a critical aspect of overall health and well-being. It's important to prioritize mental health and seek support when needed, and to create a more supportive and compassionate society for those who may be struggling with mental health concerns. By promoting mental health awareness, reducing stigma, and improving access to mental health care, we can work towards a healthier and more equitable future for all. In addition to individual efforts to promote good mental health, there is also a growing movement towards systemic changes that prioritize mental health and well-being. This includes advocating for policies that support mental health, such as affordable and accessible mental health care, mental health education in schools, and workplace policies that promote work-life balance and stress management. Furthermore, addressing the root causes of mental health concerns is crucial. This includes addressing systemic inequalities and social determinants of health, such as poverty, discrimination, and lack of access to basic resources. By addressing these underlying factors, we can work towards a society that promotes good mental health and well-being for all. Ultimately, mental health is a complex and multifaceted issue that requires a comprehensive approach. By prioritizing mental health and well-being, promoting mental health awareness, and reducing stigma, we can create a healthier and more equitable world for all. As a society, it's important to recognize that mental health affects us all, regardless of age, gender, race, or socioeconomic status. We all have a role to play in promoting good mental health and supporting those who may be struggling. This can include checking in on friends and loved ones, being a good listener, and promoting open and honest conversations about mental health. It can also include volunteering with mental health organizations, advocating for mental health policies, and supporting those who may be facing mental health challenges. In conclusion, mental health is a fundamental aspect of overall health and well-being. By prioritizing mental health, reducing stigma, and promoting mental health awareness and access to care, we can work towards a healthier and more equitable future for all. Finally, it's important to recognize that mental health is a journey, and it's okay to ask for help when needed. Seeking support from mental health professionals, support groups, or other resources is a sign of strength and resilience. It's important to remember that recovery is possible, and there is hope for those who may be struggling with mental health concerns. In conclusion, mental health is a critical aspect of overall health and well-being that affects us all. By prioritizing mental health, reducing stigma, and promoting mental health awareness and access to care, we can work towards a healthier and more equitable future for all. Let's continue to promote mental health as a human right and support each other in our journey towards good mental health and well-being. In the end, it's important to remember that mental health is not just an individual issue, but a collective one. It's a societal issue that requires a collective effort to address. We must work towards building a society that values and prioritizes mental health and provides the necessary resources and support for all individuals to lead fulfilling and healthy lives. By working together to promote good mental health, reduce stigma, and provide access to mental health care, we can create a world where mental health is a priority and where all individuals can thrive. Let's continue to advocate for mental health as an essential aspect of overall health and well-being, and work towards a brighter and more compassionate future for all. In summary, mental health is a complex and multifaceted issue that affects us all. It's essential to prioritize mental health and well-being, reduce stigma, and promote mental health awareness and access to care. By doing so, we can create a more compassionate and supportive society that values mental health and works towards creating a healthier and more equitable world for all individuals. Let's continue to raise our voices, break down barriers, and support each other on our journey towards good mental health and well-being.